You have been lied to. One of the biggest myths in the fitness industry is that lifting heavy weights causes more central nervous fatigue. But guess what? The science says the total opposite. So in fact, lighter loads actually cause a lot more CNS fatigue. I know it sounds crazy, right? Well, today I'm going to break it all down for you and prove to you why this is the case, so you never fall for this myth ever again. Studies measuring CNS fatigue immediately after strength training show something surprising. Lighter loads cause more central nervous fatigue than heavy loads. Why, you ask? Well, because sets to failure with lighter weights last longer, meaning more time under tension, meaning more metabolite buildup and more discomfort. And guess what? The actual discomfort is what translates to greater central nervous fatigue. So think about endurance training, right? Longer workouts equals a lot more central nervous fatigue. It's the same thing when we're lifting weights. Exercise number 1, we're doing shoulder press. Last time I did 162.5 for 8 reps. So the goal is to not go above the 8 reps. And this goes back to the stuff we're talking about today. High reps, low reps, lighter weights, heavier weights. I'm going to go to 175 now and aim for reps anything above 4 to 8. The bracket for me is 4 and 8. If I get to 8, I'll go up the next time. If I don't get to 8, I'll make sure that I stay on this weight until I do. And if I can't get to 4, it's too heavy, I need to drop the weight. It's that simple, really. Right, let's see what we can get out of this. 1, 2, 3. I'm happy with 5 on that. That was a good set. Now, I know you're going to ask me, what about the days after you work out, Helder? Does light loads still cause a problem? Yes, lighter loads still cause more central nervous fatigue. And here's why. Because muscle damage equals inflammation, and inflammation equals central nervous fatigue. And studies have confirmed that lighter loads cause more post-workout muscle damage, which is why you feel a lot more beat up when you do loads of reps and light loads than you would do if you did actually lots of heavy weight and less reps. And you know this from the days after. More reps equals more inflammation. More inflammation equals more central nervous fatigue. I have a conversation with clients on a regular basis. People that join me and say, hey, when I'm training, I feel the set is hard, but as soon as I'm finished, I feel okay, I feel good. Going outside of the gym, I feel good. I don't feel like I'm sore, I'm beat up. That's exactly why we don't overdo. We don't do loads of drop sets, supersets, light loads, 20, 30 reps, 15 reps even. We stay in the 4 to 8 rep range, and we work with moderate to heavy loads. And this is why people feel great outside of the gym and don't feel beat up, because we don't want them to feel beat up, because that's counterproductive. Number 1, for growing muscle, but number 2, for actually getting on with life. Second exercise, we're moving on to a cable clavicular fly. Now, you'll see what I'm doing with this is slightly different. I'm not holding it, I'm putting it here in the middle of my arm, purely because I want to shorten the moment arm. Why am I doing that? You could ask. Obviously, I'll be able to go heavier because I'm shortening the moment arm, meaning I can lift heavier weights, but that's not the reason why. The reason why is for a few months, I've been nursing a bit of a rotator cuff injury on the back here. And so my right shoulder hasn't been great. Now, I'm doing a lot of rehab for that outside of the gym, and I don't want that stuff in here to impact that. And so this kind of stuff really helps me to not create more problems there, because I'm reducing the moment arm, and actually it's a lot more comfortable for me to do that. Because I'm doing it on the right, then on the left, I'll do the same thing to make sure that we're doing both the same size. So I've already done my right. I've got 35 for 6. So the goal is to get 6 on this one as well. So the key to understanding central nervous fatigue is really perceived effort. Lighter loads just make us think that we're more fatigued because guess what? More burning, that burning feeling that we get, that metabolite feedback, more breathlessness, we feel out of breath more, feel like we're working harder, more overall discomfort, which just feels like it's just hard, right? When you get to those 25, 30 reps, you just chatted or drop sets. Whereas heavy lifting, on the other hand, we just reach failure so much faster. It doesn't burn as much. It doesn't spike our CNS fatigue as much either. So this is it. It's all about that perceivedness of we're working hard, whereas heavy weight sometimes makes you feel you're not working hard enough. But when it comes to muscle building, that's exactly what you want. On the chest press, we got 250 for 5 last time. Let's see what we can get out of this today. That was rubbish. I got 4 1/4 there. I'm obviously not going to count that. Typically, I don't like taking things to that kind of failure. I genuinely thought I had another rep there to try and match the 5 reps that I did last week. And sometimes this is the problem with having a logbook. You're chasing those numbers, but sometimes it just doesn't happen for whatever reason. Didn't happen today. And I should have known better and stopped at 4 instead of going for that. Because by going for that 5th rep, I'm going to create so much more fatigue that'll probably then carry over for the rest of the session. So it wasn't a smart move there, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Moving on to side delts, we did 7 kg last time for 8, so we're going up to 8 on this. Really like this exercise. It's a tough one, but I like it. The biggest thing here, guys, is reaching out, not up, because if I start thinking about going up, I really don't want to use my traps. I want to make sure that I'm using my side delt, and I'm thinking of going in that direction as I come up. That was a good 6 there. Got an upper back row here now, dumbbell upper back row supported on here. And although I've been training now for so many years, that's why I like to record sessions, because I'm able to look back and see what's going on. So last time on this, I did 35 kilos and I got 4 reps. But looking back at those reps, I wasn't abducted enough. My goal was to get upper back. Because it was so heavy, my body tried to overcompensate by bringing my elbows in a bit more and actually bringing my lats into play, which then took away from what I was trying to do. It felt normal when I was doing it. It felt like I was doing it correctly. Looking back at the video, not so much. So I need to drop the weight because clearly I can't handle the 35 kilos with the goal that I'm trying to achieve. And so really dropped it down to 30. Let's see if we can get better reps today. Eight. Now that felt slightly better than the previous time. I was very conscious about driving my arms out. And last time that felt so easy. That felt so much harder. I struggled to get that 5th rep. So it just shows you, even though you think you know what you're doing, without, imagine, I've got the experience, I've been doing it for years, but without having an eye from an outside perspective, sometimes it can be very difficult, and you may not be improving the muscle that you're trying to improve because of the technique that you're applying to it. So let's get this record straight. Heavy loads do not cause more central nervous fatigue. Light loads do. More time under tension equals more metabolite buildup, which equals more central nervous fatigue. More reps equals more muscle damage, which equals more inflammation, more central nervous fatigue. With that in mind, I'm doing some maintenance work on here, full stack, for 4 to 8 reps, because we know why now, right? Okay, let's do this. So next time someone tells you, don't lift heavy weights, you'll fry your CNS fatigues, you'll know that they have it all backwards. Triceps time. So make sure you smash that like button if you learned something new today. And obviously drop me a comment if you've ever felt fatigue after a light versus a heavy lifting session. So stick around, I've got your back. See you in the next video. We've got one more exercise to do. We're gonna finish off with hammer curls here. See what we can get out of this. Okay. See you on the next video.